Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today what I want to show you is a very old PONG machine, probably from the 70s. It's German made, it's really dirty, looks like it has been abandoned for years in the mud or somewhere. I thought I should give it a try, so I have connected my standard Atari power supply. Yeah, it really looks like very challenging to bring it back to life, but I should give it a try. This thing, yeah, it looks like been abandoned for years somewhere, and it's is dust and oil everywhere around it. Probably the circuit is damaged inside, but I have decided to start with a little test powering this thing up, and I have to admit I was lucky because there is signal coming from the machine. Standard RF cable, the back of my TV, and this thing really gives us a signal. So the first item I got from this flea market just this morning works. So I'm gonna clean this up and move to the very next one. Yeah, I'll be back in a few. Okay, now it looks much better. Let's clean up. It works, and yeah, it gives us the right impression. This thing was made in Germany back in '77, if I'm not mistaken. The switches are okay, except for the on-off, the most important one. It's a bit stiff. I have to put some oil. Some WD would do the job, some dust off or something. Yeah, needs a bit of oil so I can have a steady picture. Gives me a hard time for now, but it will be fixed. That's easy. Okay, there we go. And I was trying to check if the counter is right, so I'm gonna play around a bit with games selector, so I can choose between squash for one person, squash for two, the so-called football, which actually is a variation of the tennis, pretty much the same thing. At the back, not much. You can see just the RF output and the power in, and let's check the potentiometer for player 1 is okay. Okay, this game requires another player. Okay, let's put it back. Looks good, looks good. I'm gonna put some dust off and some WD inside this big selector, and the potentiometers on the side, and that will be all. Not much of a repair, but hey, I'm lucky. I got this for $5 this morning. This is the first out of 2 machines I got. The next one we're going to check together over this video. Just making sure that this one is okay so I can put it in my collection. I don't know how this made its way from Germany here, but it's worth every penny for $5. I think it was a good deal. I can see that the switch is there, gives you the ability to have auto service or manual service. The angle, you can play with the angle, the fast or slow motion of the ball. Yeah, so it's nice. And the reset button here for the score. I don't know what this is, but hey, yeah, my concern now is the on-off switch, which needs some oil, and that will be all. So the score counter works, which is important, and overall looks good. I think now I'm gonna put it in my collection, and I will move to the very next one. Yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you. Okay, now this is the second machine. I wasn't that lucky with this one. Doesn't work, doesn't give a signal, although it tries to. But let's see what we can do, if we can repair it. Okay, this is the second machine I've been telling you about. This is a Unimex machine. Looks like has the same reset button. Definitely looks dirty, and definitely looks German by the looks of it. Yeah, this one is in much better condition. Comes with a single joystick, but a real joystick this time, not just a potentiometer. And it comes with this cartridge, which supposedly has 2, 3, 4 games or something in German language, but it's pretty much the same thing what you can find. Tennis, football, whatever comes with a PONG machine from that era. I was trying to yeah, give it a try using my standard Atari mono jack, carrying 9 volts. The same one I used for the previous test, but this thing doesn't work. This is a classic Atari standard power supply that I got for my tests here. Yeah, but I wasn't that lucky this time. Although it tries to give us something on the screen, it is never stable, and you can see that it tries to give us something. Now it's off, and putting it back on really tries to give us something, but nothing comes up for good. So I think I'm gonna open this up and see what happens, if it is something that I can fix. I should give it a try. The other switches do absolutely nothing, and at the bottom the so-called game selection buttons do absolutely nothing. So reset button, nothing. So I think I'm gonna open this thing up and see what I can do and try to fix it. I have to admit I've never opened something like this before, but I'm gonna use my multimeter, put it on 20 volts, and check the power lines inside. And if there's something wrong, I hope I can find it. So see you in a while. Okay, and this is how it looks like from the inside. It's a circuit board coming from the 70s, you can tell. Classic original cables to the board from the joysticks, the power in jack over there, and this thing apparently used to work with batteries as well. Interesting. Now the speaker, I don't know what the speaker does, since those machines can only produce a beeping sound, and that is all you can get. But it looks like it is in good condition. We'll see. We'll see. So I need to remove the plastic cover and reveal the circuit board from underneath that. This plastic capacitor needs to be resoldered, but this is minor. And yeah, let's the RF cable is in place. Let's see what's underneath that, and if there's anything we can fix. Yeah. Okay, now we are on the side looking at the main board. Looks good, looks in pretty good shape, except from that power lines, or the lines, those cables are cut on the right. The circuit board looks in pretty good shape. This capacitor needs to be resoldered, but this is minor. Yeah, again, those lines are cut. Somebody has tried to fix it, apparently with no success. You can see there are only a couple of chips and a couple of variable capacitors, big reset button, and that is all. So let's see if I can put back those lines together and see what happens. Those lines are connecting the system is on as we speak, checking any signal at all, but nothing so far. So these lines are connecting the selector buttons at the bottom with the rest of the circuit. Let's see if we can fix it. Okay, I've seen that these lines are 7 wires. I'm gonna try to put them back together. I'm going to use a cable, a decent cable this time. This thing has no insulation whatsoever, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna be using this this wire. Yeah, trying to restore the damage and bring the connections back together from the buttons at the bottom of the machine to the main board, like this. So let's see what happens. Okay, sorry for focusing, but yeah, doesn't look very nice or pretty, but I have restored all 7 lines, 7 wires. So that's all I could fix. Obviously it looks much better. I should check continuity now with my multimeter set to continuity, and if it beeps, there is some short circuit somewhere. I hope it doesn't, and gives us the idea that everything is okay. So once I'm done with this, I'll check if we have any signal coming from the board, and yeah, we can check the machine, putting back everything together, and check the machine in real life. We can see some variable capacitors and a variable resistor over here, and those probably have to do with signal quality, but I'll check those later. First of all, I need to get some signal out of this, so let me put everything back together. The RF cable is in place, the core and the shield connected right, so no problem from this side of the board. I have resoldered a couple of capacitors, this plastic one and another one on the other side. I put the speaker back into place, and I'm gonna use my classic Atari standard 9 volt DC power supply for this test. So let's put everything back together using the power with this mini jack as usual, and power this thing up and start looking at the monitor. Okay, now everything is back in place and we have a signal. It looks good, it looks brilliant to me. Now I have to check some stuff like the counting of the score, the game selection and all that, but it looks good so far. I'm gonna play a bit with the switches, gonna play a bit with the selection of the games, the reset button, and apparently the tricky part could be the joystick. So let me connect the joystick and okay, it works, looks good. Going up and down, the goalkeeper is set to hard, that means the goalkeeper is smaller and this is bigger. Now it's set now to easy mode. And the other thing I need to try are those buttons, the reset button. So we have 0 as a score set, so it works, and the on/off switch works good. This is the boot sequence, gives us some pattern in the beginning and then the game starts, so it looks good. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm gonna screw this thing up and put it back to my collection. Thanks for watching this. I'll play a bit more and see if everything works well, and I'm gonna screw this thing back and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I think I'm gonna wrap this up for today. I'm happy I got those two systems. The one is fixed, the other one was already okay, just a bit of cleaning, and I got those systems for $5 each, and I'm glad I made this one working back, brought back to life. Yeah, so thanks for watching. The joystick works well, everything is fine. Yeah, I'm happy. Those PONG machines are becoming rare, so I'm gonna put those two back to my collection and keep looking for several stuff like this that needs repair out on the flea market. And thanks for watching. Bye everyone.